Hello once again, my name is John Anthes. I'm the Food Service Director here at Mount Mercy University. Today I want to come to you and talk about our retail spaces this fall. I'm actually currently in our Hilltop Grill, which is our retail restaurant, which serves like burgers, fries, pizza, wraps, to-go salads. It also has some C-store items like pop, snacks. This year we're going to have a little bit more grocery items too for students that just want to pick up some Campbell's soup or whatnot. Other retail spaces that we have are Basile Beans Coffee Shop located in Basile Hall, and the Graduate Center Coffee Shop Graduate Grounds is located at the Graduate Center. All of our retail spaces will have some changes due to the COVID-19 pandemic and what we're doing to keep the community here safe. The number one thing I want to stress is that we're all going to have to wear masks as we enter these establishments. I don't have a mask on right now so that you can hear me on this video, but all my staff will be wearing a mask, whether it be work study, full-time, part-time. They'll all have a mask as they come into work, wear it throughout the day. They'll also get health screened when they come in, make sure they don't have symptoms, also check their temperature. For the guests of the community, students, faculty, staff that come in here, we're requiring you to wear a mask as well. So when you come in here, please keep your mask on. When you form a line, maybe go up to the register, keep 6 feet distance. You'll see signs on the floor, signs on the different banisters that we have. Please keep that distance. Please keep your mask on. We'll take your order. We'll prepare the food. When you get the food, if you would like to sit down in our establishments, that's okay too. But make sure that you keep your distance from other groups if you're with someone that you tend to eat lunch with normally. And secondly, obviously you can take off your mask to eat or enjoy a drink, but please put it back on when you're done, when you're going to dispose of your stuff in the trash, and then leave to go about campus. The other big thing you'll see as far as seating goes, much like the cafeteria, we've spaced out the seating. Maximum occupancy in most of my locations is about 45 individuals. We're probably cutting that down to about 22 to 25 people. What that means is the seats have been spread out or eliminated so that smaller groups can sit together or one person can sit alone. Make sure we emphasize social distancing and people being safe. Other things I want to bring to people's attention is that we always have a high standard of cleaning and sanitizing our establishments. But we're going to have to go farther this year than we've ever done. We'll have staff members scheduled to do nothing but clean and sanitize tables, chairs, countertops, the register area, all that kind of stuff. We have several different methods to do that, including this year we have these Clovix wipes, which are actually used for tuberculosis, but are also effective for COVID-19. So please be aware that you're going to see our staff a little bit more cleaning things, utilizing different things to make sure your experience is safe and make sure everyone's safe. Along with that, if you are symptomatic, please adhere to the signs and the guidance. Don't come into the retail establishments or the cafeteria if you have symptoms, if you're not feeling well. There's a way in which we can still provide you with food, deliver food to you, but it really is one of those things we do not want you to come in if you are symptomatic or not feeling well, because we don't want to risk that spread in our community. All right. A couple other things that we're going to do in just our retail locations. We'll be eliminating dispensers. So like in the coffee shops, it's the creamer dispenser. In the Hilltop, it's the ketchup, barbecue sauce, mayo. We won't be having those. We will have packets. So you'll be able to pick up ketchup packets like you do right now in most retail locations that have already made the adjustments. So take a look out for those. You may not see some of the things you're used to. It's for your safety. It's for our safety. We want to make sure that we have the least high-touch areas as possible. All right. The other thing I want to mention is that we won't be able to use like refilling water bottles or personal cups. So like at the Basile Beans, a lot of people will bring in their personal mug to get a refill from Sue. We won't be able to do that. We stopped that last semester once the pandemic hit the United States. We will be continuing that in the future. So please don't bring in a water bottle or something you think we can fill from our machines. We will not be able to do that. We just can't risk that cross-contamination of something that a member of the community has brought to us to fill or use. In the Hilltop, we used to have a program where we'd have reusable containers. They're plastic, like clamshell containers. We went away from that last year during the pandemic. We'll be doing that as well. We will put your stuff in a to-go bag, a to-go container that we have that's disposable, but we don't want the cross getting some dirty utensils in a container from the community to us to go wash and then to give back out. We're trying to eliminate that as much as possible. The real thing that I want to stress is that we'll be monitoring these things as we go through different phases. When you come back to campus in the fall, it's possible that our phase could be less restrictive or more restrictive. These are the policies that we know now. It could change. I'm always open to feedback and responses from the community. So if someone would like to reach out to my email, it's janthes@mtmercy.edu. or they can give me a phone call, or they can stop in and just talk to me. I'm more than willing to take suggestions, kind of work these things out. It's very a collaborative experience between the community here and my staff and what we do. We want to make sure we have the safest environment where we can provide food for the students that live here and the people who visit this campus every day. Probably the last thing I'll leave you with is the unknown. Obviously, I have about a lot of work study students that work for me, and I have a lot of staff members that work for me. But with a global pandemic, I don't know exactly the numbers of staff I'm going to have. So what I want to touch on is the hours may change in the future. So certain retail establishments we have. We may have to reduce hours in one location to make sure the cafeteria stays open 12 hours a day, every day, no matter what. The residential meal plans, the students who live here have to be our #1 priority. And the retail things are nice. Students have it as part of their DB plans. They have it as an add-on to their meal plans. But in the instance that I have to restrict certain things, the cafeteria will take priority over, let's say, the Hilltop being open until 11 o'clock at night, or even Basile being open until 8. Those things may have to be adjusted depending on what phase and what restrictions we have going forward. Have a good, safe rest of your summer, and we'll see you back here in the fall.